children being shot in the back and having their guts fall out on the ground, women and children who have been raped and then mutilated afterwards, children who are starving to death, children who have been shot in the face and have their eyes put out.
Georgie Zendri of the Fact-Finding Commission tells the gruesome stories of the Hmong people targeted for extermination in Laos. Zendri and hundreds of Hmong Americans rallied at the state capitol in support of 2 resolutions to help the Hmong, authored by Democratic Assembly members Juan Arambula and Dave Jones. Even though the war in Vietnam has been over for decades, the communist government of Laos continues to torture and exterminate Hmong families who were left behind.
This is not a political issue, it's not a partisan issue, it's an issue fundamentally about human rights. And regardless of where you might stand, any one of us, on the question of the Vietnam War, the United States did go to war in Southeast Asia, and it did enlist the Hmong as its allies, and it did rely on the Hmong to shed their blood and give up their property in our defense.
This is why Jones and Arambula presented Assembly Joint Resolutions 36 and 37 to the Assembly Judiciary Committee. AJR 36, authored by Jones, strongly urges President Bush and Congress to take action on behalf of the Hmongs being persecuted in Laos and Hmong refugees still stranded in Thailand. AJR 37 by Assemblymember Arambula commends the federal government for righting a wrong.
It sought to correct an injustice that had been created when Congress passed the Patriot Act. The effect had been to exclude members, refugees that find themselves in other countries, from relocating to the U.S. and becoming eventual citizens. Since the resolution was first introduced, Congress did correct that error. The President did sign the law, and so now the resolution simply says thank you for making sure that we treat members of the Hmong community in California as well as their relatives elsewhere with justice and dignity.
The Judiciary Committee passed both resolutions, and the audience also stood in unanimous support of the resolutions and the Hmong people. This report produced by the Speaker's Office of Member Services.